What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another art modded showcase video. Today we have a really special mod, a rather large mod that I've been working on for a little bit. This is easily one of the most comprehensive dino mods in the game, and it's not just a dino mod. Some people call it an overhaul, which is a pretty there was a car in the back, which is a pretty safe word to use. It's a pretty big overhaul of the vanilla game. Today we have Art Gaia. So Gaia introduces a ton of new things on top of course it adds, like so many dinos, but it also adds a lot of new progression. You'll see here tons of custom structures, not the tech or anything like that, but tons of custom structures that all serve a purpose, that are all very unique. Let's get right away. Let's get to it. So I'm gonna go in order. I've placed all of the structures down, all the way here, down there, and stuff like that. So let's get started. So first we have the Gaia Spoiler. The spoiler is just as it sounds. You put meat in there and it turns it into spoiled meat. They all have, it's all one to one. You can also put wood in there. It functions as one of those wood spoilers to turn it into charcoal. And then if you have fertilizer, it spoils the fertilizer into something called Gaia Nitro, and we'll go over that with their crop plots later on. Basically it's 10 times the nitrogen of regular fertilizer. Now we have the Gacha Collector. Contrary to what it says, it does not collect gachas. It collects their crystals. So you're gonna put this down, you're going to enable it in the wheel, and you're gonna get like the little glow. And then you put show radius, and this is the radius. It's pretty small. It's a pretty small range, so you're gonna want to put it near your gachas. But it'll collect the crystals. It won't crack them like the S Plus crystal cracker, but it's it's a good structure to have around. But yeah, that's pretty much all that does. And here we have the alchemy table. This is where you're going to craft a ton of different things. You can see here there's auras, consumables, elixirs, gemstones, different souls for you got your narcotics. The souls is going to be a 2-to-1, so you put in 2 dreadful souls, you get a divine. You put in 2 divine and you get a dreadful, and so on and so forth. It's like a conversion. Here you have your auras, your aura power, orb insomnia. They all do different things: stamina regen, health regen, damage resistance, neglecting torpor, melee damage increase. And then you have your elixirs, and these are super fun to use. You can see that there is a gillyweed that allows you to breathe underwater, gives you clear vision for 30 minutes. Strength elixir increases your damage by 25%. Crafting elixir multiplies your crafting speed by 4 for 30 minutes. Stim elixirs, free fall elixirs that allows you to that'll allow you to not take any fall damage. And I think the most interesting ones are these summoning elixirs that allow you to summon different dinos. Now it tells you on the description what it's capable of summoning. The regular summon elixir is from divine, dreadful, heavenly, and demonic, which are the base ones for Gaia. And then you have the water summon elixirs, which is all the Gaia water creatures. And then you have your special summon elixirs. These allow you to summon the other, like, I guess, quote unquote special tiers, the Ghastly, Savage, Chrono, Decaying, Crystal, and some other ones as well. like yeah, that'll allow you to summon all those special dinos that we're gonna take a look at later on. And again, there's like healthy elixirs and stuff like that. The healthy elixirs I think have a cooldown, so you're not capable of spamming them. But yeah, I mean, other than that, you know, it's got it's very, there's a lot of stuff. There's also the armor, the Aether Guardian armor swords, just all kinds of stuff that you can craft in there. The cherry bonsai, I believe this is the one that makes the cherries, and I don't have a bonsai up yet. I'll have to what the heck? I don't know what that was about. Anyway, so these take Gaia leaves and a magic water in order to craft the bonsai cherry, and the bonsai cherries you're going to put into your what is it called? You're gonna put into one of those into another tree, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. This is another one of those structures that produces materials over time, kind of like these over here, but like I said, we'll get to those in a little bit. We have the Gaia Feeder. So this works like a feeding trough, but instead of filling it up with food, all you really have to do is press E, and then it will distribute food, and then you can tell it to stop distributing food. Actually, let's go ahead and pick this up, and then we'll come over here to these guys, and they're not gonna let me through. They're gonna block my way. We'll put it right here. So you click distribute food, and boom. And you can see this also has a range, so you can see how far the range goes. It's pretty much encapsulating all my dinos, and they're all getting fed. You can see the food never really drops below the maximum. It's pretty much constantly going up, like all the time. So your dinos they're never gonna be hungry. I don't know if this works on baby dinos, but I do know that it works on just, you know, pretty much anything. It'll work on like your gachas and anything that requires any other different type of food in order to be fed. But yeah, that is actually, I'm gonna keep that on for a little bit. It's starting to get a little bit dark, so let's do that. Brighten up the day a little bit. Here we have the egg and poop collector. This will collect your fertilized eggs as well as your unfertilized eggs, and it collects poop. So you'll turn the collection on in the multi-wheel. You can show the radius. That's where it's all going to be picked up, and you're good. That's all you need to do. You can tell it to stop collecting poop. Don't collect poop. You can tell it to stop collecting eggs, and it'll also collect the acatina paste from the snails. Very cool. This is just this is the Gaia refining forge. All this really does is gives you the engrams. It's still gonna auto craft all of that stuff, and it also works as a campfire, which is really cool, to cook your food and throw your meat in there, get it cooked up. It'll cook your ingots, and it all does it a little bit faster than vanilla. You have the bookshelf. This will hold 300 slots of your blueprints, your notes, and just other small stuff. You know, it's a bookshelf, so it's not too much. It's pretty cool. You can place it on the wall. You can have like real you can like, I was gonna say real shelves, but it's called a bookshelf. These are two of the bigger ones, two of the bigger structures. The Gaia Shrine is where you're going to craft all these special tokens, and it's also where you're going to craft the Gaia specific veggies. I say veggies, but it's you know, it's fruit, whatever. You're also going to craft all of your saddles here, all of the Gaia saddles anyway, for all of these specific dinos. And then you're also going to craft most of your structures here. So you can see that there's like the magic wall, the anthill, all the Gaia specific structures you'll be able to find here. And this is actually what I meant, was the tree of life. You'll be able to craft that in there too, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, the Gaia Shrine is where you're going to craft all your structures. And then this is called the Metalworks. I really wish it was called the Gaia Metalworks. I'll probably end up asking Prome about that, because people tend to ask, but it is called the Metalworks. So here is another special part of Gaia. You're going to craft all of your different metals. So these catalysts right here, you're going to craft them in here. And charcoal, and then the magnesium takes angular gel, coke, spark powder, and then you got your ingots that take all the different combinations of the different metals and different catalysts. Titanium, of course, being the strongest. Titanium is the strongest metal, and then just the different metals that you can craft, and then the ingots that we just went over. But yeah, that's where you're gonna craft that's where you're gonna craft all your metal, and that's also where you're gonna craft all of your armor, all of your weapons, your tools, different just different things that you're gonna put on your person that you're gonna end up using. You can see that there's iron flak, bronze flak, there's copper armor, zinc gilly, there's stealth armor, which is I want to say that it's just like the ghillie, but it protects you a little bit less. Like, it has more armor than the ghillie, but it has less hyperthermic insulation. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. The artifact crafter is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It allows you to craft any of the artifacts in the game that are currently in the game anyway. For 5 divine souls, 5 dreadful souls, and 5 ingots. The DLC crafter allows you to craft DLC. It allows you to craft DLC items, such as the gems, such as some of the blueprints for the scouts, the enforcers, the mechs, and all that other stuff. The shell fragments from the mega shellons, species Z fruits, like I said, pretty much all of the DLC stuff. It allows you to craft all of it. It also allows you to craft some of the specific DLC items, not just the materials. So you see, we have you got the charge battery, you got your glow stick from Aberration. You also have tech binoculars, or electronic binoculars anyway, which is pretty cool. And then the structures, you get your structures from the Adobe from Scorched Earth, all these different ones. Then your weapon attachments, all that, all that good stuff. But yeah, that's the DLC crafter. There's something walking. Okay, okay, never mind. So this is the sky pool. This is unique in the sense that if you drop something in there, let's drop my sword. It'll give you the items that made it. It's kind of like a grinder, but not really, I guess. We'll do this one again. And yeah, and it just gives you what it took to make it. Now we have this is a really cool part of Gaia. So we have, these are a couple of things that you're gonna want to use in tandem. So you're gonna want to use one with the other. We have the Scarecrow, and then we have the crop plots. Both of them the Gaia version of the crop plots, and that's making rare mushrooms. supposed to be making something else. Anyway, so what this does is the Scarecrow, and let me go turn off the Scarecrow. What it's gonna do is within the range, and the range is active right there. Again, you activate it via the multi-will. Within its range, it's going to bump up the greenhouse effect by 450, and everything, it's configurable within the INI, but base is going to be 450. But with the Gaia crop plots, you're going to be able to bump that up. It already comes with a 600% increase on its own. And so you can see here we got 1050% greenhouse effect. And also you can tell it to generate water and fertilizer. So it's going to generate its own water, it's going to generate its own fertilizer, it's going to be able to do all that stuff. It's really, really, really good. Same thing with this, same thing with this. And so you can use these instead of the regular crop plots to keep them irrigated, to keep them fertilized, and just to pretty much take all the hassle out of farming. That way you're able to just, set it and forget it. Now we have the Gaia farm. This is a new structure. I don't remember this being in there the last time I played, but what this does is it generates dodos and Phiomias, and it generates meat within its inventory, as well as hide, and of course that meat's gonna spoil to make spoiled meat. So it'll generate the meat, it'll generate the hide, and of course you can tell it to stop breeding, and that'll stop the generation of all of the of these dinos. And then it even has a light. Oh, like it has its own like built-in light. You can't see it right now because actually that's you're gonna see my own light here in a little bit. But yeah, there you go. Boom. So it has its own light, which is very cool. You can kill these dinos in here, and they'll start running. Sorry, dodos. However, you cannot tame them. They don't have any torpor bars, so they just kind of die. But yeah, that's definitely gonna be a thing. Anyway, so that's all of the structures that Gaia adds. Now let's go to these special structures. First we have the Divine Dam. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your wood. You're gonna throw it in here, and the wood is going to passively generate these divine pearls. Again, you can configure this in the INI, but it does take 10 minutes per craft and 1,000 wood. I don't think you can override the crafting requirements, but you can override the time it takes. So with these, you're gonna get these divine pearls. You're gonna take them, and then you're gonna put them in this magic well, and the divine pearls are going to turn into magic water. Again, a few pearls. It'll take 10 minutes to craft. All of these take 10 minutes to craft, by the way. 10 minutes to craft, and then you just kind of, you get the water, and the water again is going to be used in the cherry bonsai. Oh yeah, that's right. So, and then now over here, I gotta pick up my shrine horn. Over here, and where's the daytime? Where's daytime? All right, let me turn off the Scarecrow. Okay, I told it to hide. It's not hiding. Oh, this is the collector. All right, sorry. Anyway, but yeah, so now we have the wolf's den. This, you're gonna throw your spoiled meat into it, and it's going to return some dreaded rabies. The rabies are used to tame a specific dino that will end up going over. The anthill, you're going to throw, actually first, then you have your bee tree. You're going to throw rare flowers in there, and you're going to get honey. And then with the honey, you're going to throw it into the anthill, and it's going to get ant pheromones for you. So that's some pretty neat stuff that again, that Gaia kind of adds in there for you. Now, gone over that. Let's go over this. Here we have the ruins, and these are this is very, very popular because this is also within the FMK mod. If you don't know it, it's I think it's the Froggy Man Kibble Station. It's just the FMK ruins, but I think this came before it. Anyway, or they might have came with it. I'm not entirely sure, but it's basically a place where it's like a starter base. So you'll craft this, and then you'll be able to throw all of your stuff, all of your beginning stuff in here. Yeah, I mean, you don't really have to worry about anything because you're protected within the ruins. You endure the weather better, and wild creatures ignore you. You can see the buff on the lower right hand side. And that's basically all it's going to be. It's going to be like your little starter base. And here we have the Gaia Portal. This is where you're going to summon your bosses. There are a lot of bosses. I'm not gonna spoil them for you, but there are a lot. I mean, I say a lot, but you know, there's a few of them. So the lesser bosses, you have a dodo, a monkey, and a bat. Pretty cool. And then you have your mid-level bosses. So it's like a UD, and then a Dodorex, and then a dragon, and then a thorny dragon. And then your end boss is going to be Cardraz. This is the end boss. You're going to use your guardian element whenever you get to that stage. You're going to be using your guardian element in order to summon it, and he's going to give you all of your tech unlocks. He's going to give you the Gaia leaves that you're going to use in the bonsai, or in the not in the bonsai, or no, you do use it in the bonsai. He's going to give you your Gaia leaves and your tech unlocks. So again, I'm not going to spoil the bosses. I'm going to let you get to it, but yeah, that's how you summon the bosses, and it's also how you summon a couple of the forgotten ones. So you have I got a couple of them up. For you. We'll go over them here in a little bit. But you have the like the pet wyvern, the forgotten crab, the beetle, the Dodorex, the Anki, the evolution wyvern, which is a smaller one, but I think it's supposed to be like the Lystrasaur, in that it gives an experience buff. The forgotten phoenix and the forgotten quetz. These are all going to spawn in wild, and you have to tame it. So that's another very, 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 very cool thing about those. And then we have the oil wall. As you can see, it was turned on, and it's not in an oil spot. If you know Ragnarok, then you know that this is an oil spot. You pretty much just and I'll show you to you right now. We'll leave the oil there. So you have the oil well. You come over here, you find a base spot, and it's like, oh man, I need some oil, or I could really use some oil. You're gonna make this. You're gonna pop it down. You're gonna go into the multi-wheel, and then you're gonna tell it to produce oil, and then boom, just like that, it's going to produce oil endlessly. Doesn't need fuel, nothing. It's good to go. So again, another one of those convenience things that that Gaia adds. And I will say, that there is a lot of there are a lot of what people might consider cheaty items in the game. There's like insta-tame, there's like taming elixirs, I just told you a way to get infinite oil pretty much, and there's other items like gender swapping and stuff like that. There are other items that that people generally consider cheaty, but I mean, you know, it's part of the mod for a reason. You know, obviously people want it, so it's good to have. I like it anyway. But yeah, those are all of the structures that you're gonna be seeing in Gaia. Now let's go over to the real meat. This is the meat of the mod. All of the dinos. You can see here that there are tons of different, that there are just so, like, there's a vast array of creatures, different colors and different species, different types, just so many dinos that you're gonna be able to tame, make your own, and just, you know, pretty much like just have fun with. I mean, it's such a big mod, and these aren't all the dinos. These are not all the dinos. Like, I think I only put in maybe a third of the of each tier of creatures. So there's not a whole lot of dinos relative to what is actually in the mod. There are a lot of dinos in this mod, and so we'll go over them. We'll go over the tiers one by one. I'll keep the HUD off, that way it's not crowded, or it's not cluttered. So the first tier of dinos we have are these, they're called the Pavlonius dinos. These dinos, they're pretty much going to be your beginner tier whenever you start taming. There's nothing really special about them, but the reason, one of the reasons that they're really good for being beginner tames is that they have 10 times the weight of a vanilla dino. All the other stats are vanilla, but they have 10 times the weight, it's really good for getting around and not having to worry about like all of your base stuff. Like, it's just good. So you can see the Parasaur is gonna have the highest weight, obviously, at 14,000, and this is because it's a level 200 and something, but it's still gonna be relatively high no matter the level that you tame it. But yeah, again, they're all gonna be vanilla dinos. They don't have, you know, special attacks, nothing like that. But yeah, that is the Pavlonius tier and the beginner tier of dinos for Gaia. Next we have, I'm gonna go over these guys here in a little bit, but next we have the Dreadful tier and the Divine tier. So the Dreadful tier and the Divine tier, these guys are going to be another beginner tame once you really get going. These guys are gonna be, these are I want to say that these are 2x vanilla stats and 2x the damage, so twice the damage, twice the vanilla stats. Again, very moderate, very tame compared to some of the other really over the top dino mods, but still, you know, it's balanced for vanilla, so it's very good anyways. The Divine tier has the advantage of having a 20% movement speed buff, or not a buff, but like just a 20% movement speed increase, because these guys are going to be more the utility type of dinos. But yeah, they all come in this this sky blue kind of like off-white kind of color, and it's really good. I like it, and the RG will always be one of the most gorgeous dinos to look at, just like off of sheer appearance alone. People are gonna call it like a vulture or something. I don't care, this thing is amazing to look at. But yeah, that's the Divine tier, and then the Dreadful tier over here is the or like the carnivores and the parasaurs. I don't know what this parasaur is doing. He's just kind of doing his own thing. But yeah, you can see that there's a Giga, a Rex, a Yeti, Raptor, all this other stuff, and some of these creatures can be found in the divine tier, but you know, this is a dreadful tier. Again, 2x vanilla stats, 2x the damage, and I want to say that the dreadful also have the movement speed, and I think they do. Yeah, they definitely do. They definitely do. But yeah, I mean, they're really good early tames. And for both of these tiers, the divine and the dreadful, they both have a fiery debuff that lasts for 5 seconds, and it sets whatever it hits on fire, and it drains 5% of the HP. I think it also slows, now that I mention it. Yeah, I think, yeah, it slows them down. It slows people down too, or like, you know, tames and stuff like that. But yeah, those are a couple more of the starters. And now we have the heavenly tier and the demonic tier. These are going to be a step up from the divine and from the dreadful dinos that you saw. You can see this guy has a saddle. He's kind of borked a little bit, but you know, he's a dodo. What do you expect? This is the heavenly class of dinos. The heavenly dinos. Yeah, so the heavenly dinos have a 4 times health and 4 times damage, along with a 40% movement speed increase. You can tell these guys are pretty fast. This is like the Parasaur is not normally this fast. And then you have the demonic tier, and again, the dodos. They're dodos. They're just being a dodo. The golem. Again, they have the 4 times the damage, 4 times the health. Oh yeah, they can jump too. He's got a little hop. Pretty cool. So do these guys. That's awesome. But yeah, these are gonna be the step up from your dreadful and from your divine. Again, very colorful dinos, man. I like this one a little bit more than some of the other ones. This kind of reminds me of Noxious, except it's like a darker green, and it has more emphasis on the black. They're very nice looking dinos. But yeah, that is the heavenly and the demonic. Now we come back here, and we have a couple of special ones. These are going to I'll do this. Oh, this is a dragon. Oh, this is a dreadful dragon. Okay, never mind. He's small. Oh no, I think he does something special. Probably not. Anyway, these are a couple of special dinos. You can see that this is the TBF owl, the saber-tooth, the infernal saber-tooth. This is the Hindenburg. No, he doesn't. I don't know if he blows up, but I guess it doesn't hurt to find out. Anyway, he's just the gas bags. He does gas bag stuff. This is gonna take a little bit. Oh, he can release gas. Okay, that's good. Nice. All right, anyway. Let's hop off of him. And then you have the disorganized manta. who produces a ton of oil and silica pearls and black pearls and angler gel within its inventory. That's a really, really good tame to have if you're able to get it early, and I believe that you can get him through the special summon potions. So that's a really, really good tame if you're able to get it early. This one is the Theta's Infernal Griffin. He's weird because I believe he's supposed to see, he doesn't do it to everybody. Oh no, he does. Yeah, see, he's setting everything on fire. He's setting everything on fire just by being in range of it. And I think he's supposed to set like he's supposed to set other tames on fire. I'm kind of glad that he doesn't, but it is something that he's supposed to do. We're just gonna leave him over here in case he decides to do that. we're gonna leave him out there. And then you have, you know, the saber-tooth, the owl, the manta, the dragon. And again, these are not all of the dinos. I'm not showing everything, of course. I always want you to go look. I always want you to check out the mod. I always want you to go out and tame the ones that are gonna that look good to you. I'm not showing everything. I never do. These are the special dinos, some of the special dinos that I showed in the portal. So you're gonna summon these. These are the forgotten tier of dinos. You're gonna summon these in the portal, and then what you're gonna do is you're going to give them prime meat, and they're gonna generate what's called an age, a Gaia Dino Age. You can see it right here. They'll consume the meat, and as they grow, you'll be able to level them up. So they go up to tier 3, and once you get into tier 3, that's the maximum. And every tier you're gonna have to feed it a Dino Age, some guardian element, and I think the age changes per tier. So we'll get on this guy. This is just a Carcanos, you know, he does the Carcanos stuff. And I don't know, I'm trying to, I was trying to grab something, but it doesn't look like he can grab, or at least not like what I'm trying to grab. Oh, he does. There you go. Yeah. And then you can put him down, and then you can throw him. Oh, I just threw one of the special ones. No. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, these forgotten ones they grow up to be really, really strong. They grow up to be really, really good dinos. You can see we have a Dodo Rex and an Anki. Super cool. And then the Anki. The Anki's pretty cool too, in that let me see, hold on. Of course, you know, he harvests like an Anki, but then he gathers metal from the rocks, which is really, really good. And it's just metal. It's not stone and flint and metal. It's just metal. Really cool from the Anki. And then we have probably the biggest dino on the mod. This is Zanzas Ziz. He's a big freaking griffin. a monstrous Griffin. He does all the typical Griffin stuff, except he does it like 10 times larger. he's a big dude. Probably my favorite dino in the mod. Very cool looking. So now we got those out of the way. Now let's go over some of the more some of the special ones. So here we have these are called crystal dinos. You can tell them apart by the green and the kind of purplish spikes, or the purplish accents. I just threw I threw the stego over here, which was on my bad. But all of these, and again, as with every other tier, these are not all of the dinos. There are some more crystal dinos that I haven't shown, but we'll go over the ones that I do have. So with the stego, you're gonna be able to, so let's go ahead and show it off right there. You're gonna be able to collect the Gaia specific like fruits and veggies and stuff. So whenever you swing his tail, he'll collect the sativa buds, and he will collect the Kilmoyo fruit, and he'll collect the Gaia mushrooms, which is what our crop pot back there was supposed to be getting, but it's for some reason it wasn't. And he's gonna be able to do that by hitting the plants. And now then we have the Enki and the Doed, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to actually, I think with this guy I can just roll him over here. Now whenever you come up to the rocks, he's going to swing, and he's going to get the creature DNA, and he's gonna get bonsai cherries as well. It's pretty rare, but he gets those. And he also gets Essence of Void. And this is just by hitting the rocks. The DNA you're gonna use with the splicer in order to get some in order to get different dinos. That's another thing we'll go over later. And then you can see the bonsai cherries. Really cool dino. And then over here we have, so over here you'll see that we have the Enki. I'm gonna go ahead and ball them up because it's gonna take me a while just to get to a metal rock. But he does something that's really handy, especially if you're not wanting to go out and do it yourself, or if you're not wanting to go out and like find some of the stuff in order to craft what I'm about to show you. First I gotta find a metal rock, and I'm probably gonna die right here. No, I'm not. Okay, I have no fall damage. Anyway, I have to find a metal rock. Metal rock. I wonder if these count as metal rocks. No, they do not. Is that dude chasing me? All these damn aloes are chasing me. Chill out, bro. Oh, that's a Rex. Oh, am I gonna die here? Is that what's gonna happen? I think I'm gonna die. Blech. Nope, no death. Okay. Oh, there's some metal rocks over here. So we'll throw him out. And whenever he hits metal rocks, you can see that he gets all of the Gaia metal stuff. So he'll get the zinc, the copper, the magnesium, the iron, and I think it's just those. He doesn't get the catalyst, which is the coal coke and the magnesium, I believe. Yeah, he doesn't get those, but he does get everything else, which is really good. Yeah, so it's super good to have these guys around. All right, sorry about that. I had to make my way back up. So I had to fly up here. Anyway, one thing to remember about these crystal dinos is that they're gatherers. They are utility dinos. They're gonna take twice the damage as other dinos, because they are, you know, special gatherers and stuff like that. But they're gonna take twice the damage, and you're gonna want to take care of them while they're you're gonna want to pretty much babysit them while they're out and about. They're very, very rare. The only way to get these guys to spawn, is killing the Aether Guardian, and that is one of the world bosses that you get by killing a guardian, one of the guardian dinos. So it's kind of a lot. But yeah, that's the those are the crystal creatures. Let's go over the savage creatures. These are your DPS focused dinos. These are gonna be pretty much the ones that you send out, and you're gonna expect them to die because they do 3 times the damage, but they also receive 3 times the damage. Now, they do have a way of healing. Their passive regen isn't very much, but they all get the Argentavis regen buff whenever they eat. So whenever they munch on a dino body, you're gonna be able to heal them up just as you would an Argentavis, which is really, really good. And these guys go hand in hand with these guys. So whenever you're out and about, and you're seeing these savage dinos, you know, rip everything up, every now and then you're gonna come across these guys. These are the chrono tier of dinos, and the only way to get these guys to spawn is to kill these guys. So whenever you see the savage out and about, you're gonna want to kill them in order to get these chrono tier creatures to spawn. They're special in that, you know, obviously they act like vanilla, but they also have a special attack. I'm not sure if that worked right there, but whenever they their C attack anyway is going to cause a sort of time stop effect, and I'm actually gonna demonstrate that here in a little bit. Let me get the aloe up and running. I don't know why aloes are so dang slow. He's probably gonna die. Okay, he didn't die. Let's find something to stop. And look, this is a pretty good one. So look at those Rexes. Now both of them are stopped. You can see that it applies a debuff called Chronokinesis, and they're stopped in time for about 15 seconds. Now I'm gonna wanna soul ball this dude. And you're gonna hear a lot of pooping. But yeah, that's the Chronos tier, and he's backwards. There you go, buddy. now you're the right way around. So the Chronos are they're very good dinos. They don't have the weakness of the Savage tier. They do have, however, the bonus of dealing 3 times the damage as vanilla, and they also have a 65% damage reduction. It's nuts. These dudes are really, really, really good, and honestly, they're probably my preferred dino. Just for, you know, just like all around. The one thing about them that I don't like, that I wish would be able to be changed, is they can't breed. as kind of a downer. I really wish they could, because breeding them and getting all the different getting different mutations for them, man, that'd be really cool to witness. But yeah, for now, you know, like I said, 3 times the damage, 65% damage reduction, really good dinos. Now we have the these are called, so in general, these guys right here, they're all like elementals, but they're all part of one tier called the Ghastly Tier. All of these are spawned based on the type, based on the Ghastly variant. So you're gonna see, actually, let me spawn one here real quick. So whenever you're out and about and you see these kind of green looking dinos, they're gonna have this like green kind of neon green sheen. These are the Ghastly dinos, and they come in different variants. There's a Compy, a Gorilla, the Gorilla being the Mega P, Dire Bears, Capros, all different kinds, Carnos, Argentavis. You're gonna see these guys kind of wandering around, and you can see that they're not aggressive. They're not even like they're not even territorial. They're docile. They're not gonna bother you until you bother them. Whenever you kill them, you're going to see, actually, let's go ahead and do that right now. So we'll get on this, and I'm gonna whistle passive because I don't want everybody going crazy. But whenever I kill them, and then it's not spawned whenever I kill them, but whenever I eat them. Now whenever I eat them, he spawn. I don't know where he's going to spawn, but oh, there he is. You can see that it spawned in another, and he's about to die. The poor soul. So you can see that it spawned in another type of Ghastly. These, however, are shame to say you cannot tame this type of Ghastly. I think this is the alpha variant of Ghastly. It's just, you know, increased stats and all that stuff. But he's gonna die. Turn around and he's dead. Rip, buddy. Anyway, but yeah, so whenever you kill one of those Ghastlys, you're gonna see some of these guys spawn in. There's a Virulent, and there's a Cursed, the Frost, and the Electric. The Electric, so all of the Ghastlys, all of them have 4 times the health, 4 times the damage, 2 times the speed, and 2 times the stamina. Very good. And people are gonna I think people are gonna love these two. Again, another problem is that they can't breed. I don't understand why they're not able to breed, honestly, but it is what it is. So you're gonna get all these different types spawning in from depending on the type of Ghastly that you killed. Capro's gonna spawn a Capro, Raptor's gonna spawn a Raptor, Spino's gonna spawn a Spino, so on and so forth. And they all come in these different elemental variants. The Electric, they have a stun. They stun, I think it's like a 2-second stun, so it's not very long, but it happens every time they hit. So, you know, the Frost ones, they inflict a slow. The cursed ones are a little bit different, but pretty much, I mean, they inflict a like the Dilo, the Dilophosaur, like the blind. They slow. They do a little bit of torpor, and otherwise are pretty strong. And then you have the Virulent, which is supposed to be the torpor tier of Dino, but whenever you get to this stage, you're not really using them like that. You're pretty much just I mean, you might be, depending on, you know, I guess stats and stuff like that. If you find that they're working really good as torpor dinos, by all means, use them as such. But yeah, these are the Ghastly dinos. And again, as with all of the other ones, this is not all of the dinos. There are many, many more. I don't want to spoil everything for y'all. Let me see. I think that's all of them. Actually, it's not. Let me get them. All right. Now, the strongest tameable dinos that we have in the mod. These are the Decaying Creatures. So, again, as with all of them, this isn't the entire list. However, these are a couple of them. So, Decaying are, as I said, the strongest creatures in the mod. Here you have a Theta and a Spino. These creatures have 6 times the vanilla stats. They have 1.5 speed, though it feels like they're faster than that. And they spawn every time you kill a Kronos. Now, the positives, again, super strong, probably gonna be your main boss killers. What could be so bad, or what's the downside you're talking about? What's the bad thing? Well, it can't breed, for one, which is fine, because the second one is pretty huge as well. These guys will continuously lose. They will continuously lose food until they're dead. Oh, they lose food and health. I didn't even know that. I thought they just lost food and then they started starving. Anyway, so they lose food and health, as you can see. And then eventually they die. But again, you can postpone it by healing them, but they're gonna end up dying. Now, this is configurable in the I. They don't have to die. You can put it into your settings to allow them to live, and that way they stay forever. Because nobody wants to lose really, really good dinos like this. But yeah, these are the Decaying tier of dinos. All right, so one of the structures that I missed out on before was this one. This is called the Tree of Life. This is going to produce a lot of resources that you have to enable in the menu. Now, when I say a lot of resources, it's a lot of resources. It's going to produce everything from like tree sap to pearls to the silica pearls and black pearls to wood, thatch, flint, cementing paste. All of that good stuff is going to generate it for free. And this is an end game structure that you're able to get by killing Cardraz. Again, this is late game, and it produces all. Oh, there we go. It just spawned in. Yep. So you see, I mean, resources upon resources upon resources. It's a very, very good thing, and it acts as a refrigerator for the spoil timers as well, which is really good. So it'll preserve your polymer and all that other stuff. And I want to say that it produces one every 30 seconds, but I'm not entirely sure. Your mileage may vary. It may not produce any at all, as some things are, want to do. But yeah, that is the Tree of Life, and I want to say that is actually it for the showcase. Yeah, that is pretty much it for the Gaia showcase. Guys, if you like this, please like, share, subscribe, do all of the YouTube stuff. Let me know if you guys want anything, what mods you guys want me to showcase. It can be big or small, it doesn't really matter. I am starting to work on another video that'll be out. It'll take far less time than this one took, but it'll be out soon. So again, guys, you're gonna be able to find the description. You're gonna be able to find the mod download in the description down below. You're gonna be able to download it. I'm sure a lot of you already have it in your mod list, but you know, this is a really expansive mod. Just there's so much to do in it, so much to tame, so much to just enjoy about it. It's a very large, and it's I want to say that it's only getting bigger, but it might be done in development. There might not be much else to add. So get it while the getting's good. It's a very good mod. I love it, absolutely love it. But yeah, until the next one, guys, I'll see you later. Remember to like that video. So remember to like the video, guys. Like, share, subscribe, all, you know, like I said, all the YouTube stuff. I'll check you guys later. Peace out.